Hello, I'm just testing out my stream here. Can you guys hear me? Oh, perfect. Okay. This is my first time streaming on YouNow, clearly. Um, and I didn't tell anyone about it because I wasn't expecting anyone to actually show up. um, but yeah, I thought I'd try something a little bit different because my Instagram ones, I usually do traditional media, but the YouNow is kind of weird with the camera situation on my phone. So, yeah, I figured I would do a little test run here to see if things can go smoothly. I've never done a screen capture before. Let me know if the audio sounds okay. And is the screen lagging or anything like that? I'm going to try and draw something really quick. Oh my gosh, I haven't used Photoshop in ages. Audio's good. Perfect. Huh. Thank you guys so much for joining YouNow. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry about on Friday that I wasn't able to stream on here like promised. Oh my god, really? That's amazing. I'm so happy to have inspired you to start Cardcaptor Sakura. I hope that you're enjoying it. This is a test, yeah. um, I wasn't expecting anyone to actually show up for this because I didn't tell anyone about it. But while we are here and I'm doing a test here, let's quickly draw something. I haven't drawn on Photoshop in a really long time. Hmm. Can everybody hear me? I know one person can't hear it. That's weird. I wonder why that is. I'm literally holding the microphone in my left hand and drawing with my right. Oh, really? You got some gouache? I hope that you enjoy using it. I know it can be like a really intimidating medium to use, but I definitely encourage to stick it out because it's really fun. I think it's a worthwhile medium for sure. Any tips for newbies? With gouache, I would say start your layers fairly thin. So like using almost like a watercolor at first. So using lots of water for those first layers, and then build up thicker layers as you go. Um, because if you go too thick with the gouache in those early layers, it may crack when you get up to um, the more layers you put on like thick gouache, the more likely it might crack. Um, it's kind of a tricky thing to uh, kind kind of get a handle on. But just the more you use it, the better idea you'll have about how much layers it can take. I this is it's very weird holding the microphone and drawing with my right hand. I wasn't expecting anyone to come, so I was like, oh, I'll just like pop in for like 5 minutes and then leave. Hello. I've been rewatching Bleach, the anime on Netflix, and I feel like this character looks a little bit like Rukia, unconsciously from the show. A little bit, mostly the eyes. Um, Sorry, I'm very distracted. I know I have a mic stand, but I dismantled it a little while ago and I didn't fix it or set it up beforehand before doing this because I didn't think I was going to be streaming, but here we are. That's all right. I'll make do for now. What animes do I like? I am someone who watched and consumed like a ton of anime in my high school years, and so a lot of the anime animes that I really really like are on the older side now. I don't keep up with new stuff as much, but I am watching My Hero Academia, which is a newer one that's been quite popular. So that's kind of like the only new one that I'm currently watching that I can think of right now. Me and my friend tried to start watching Demon Slayer because I've heard so many good things about it. But the anime that the anime watching website that we use to watch My Hero Academia, we couldn't find it. We couldn't find Demon Slayer on there. So if you guys know where I can watch it, let me know because I would love to check it out. I do apologize for any glitches or weird technical difficulties. I am very new to this streaming app. I really like this pencil though. This digital pencil, I should say. It's on Hulu and Crunchyroll. Okay, good to know. I don't have Hulu, but I guess I could get Crunchyroll if I'm really determined to watch it. Ooh, yes. The first anime that I always recommend to people who are kind of interested, I always recommend Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. There's two versions of it. So Brotherhood is specifically the one that I recommend to people. It is kind of intense. So I guess it depends on the kind of genres you like. But it's very good. It's like, and it's a bit more concise. It's like, I think it's only like 50 episodes long or something, which is nice because some animes are like 200 episodes. Oh my God. Hi, Lunar Jokester. Oh my gosh, guys, Lunar Jokester on Instagram. Her work is amazing. She is so good at colors and digital artwork. Yeah, Sailor Moon obviously is a cultural staple. I feel like, What else? Death Note is really good as well. That's another one I recommend to people who have never watched anime but are curious about it, because I think it's a really interesting concept and story that I think lends itself to a wide audience. What kind of hair should we give her? I totally went into this with zero plan. Curly hair? Ooh, yeah, that'd be fun. Um, should we do? Oh, I do love space buns. I think that's a good idea. I think maybe we'll do. I love space buns. We'll do maybe like half up space buns and then curly on the bottom half. You know, sketching digitally is pretty nice. I haven't done it in ages, but I'm kind of into it. Although I guess I do technically sketch on my iPad, my with Procreate pretty frequently, but not as often as I usually do. I feel like I've drawn so many characters with space buns. It's never gets old. I'm such a sucker for 90s aesthetics. Aw, I like your avatar. It's Hunk from Voltron. Man, I was so hyped about that show in its early seasons. And then I didn't end up finishing the last season, unfortunately, of Voltron. Not that anybody asked, but the digital pencil I'm using is by Kyle T. Webster, I think. That's his brushes. Also, for anyone watching this on YouTube, hello. Thanks for watching. Unfortunately, I can only see my YouNow chat. So if you guys are asking me questions or whatever, I'm not ignoring them. I just can't see them, unfortunately. What sort of animes do you typically like genre-wise? True. Good question. I guess I think a lot of them that I watch are, I think I often watch a lot of shonen ones, that have a bit of a fantasy element to it in some degree. Um, but I don't know. I feel like I kind of watch a lot of different things. Um, hmm. I don't know. Don't know what pose I want to go for here. Um, don't watch the last season of Voltron. That's fair. um, yeah, I kind of got spoiled, and then when I found out kind of how everything goes down, I was like, maybe I'll skip it. Mob Psycho. I've heard about that one as well. I'll have to check that one out. Also. And I do apologize that the app is confusing. I I myself am a little bit confused by it as well. I've never used a streaming app before. Like I haven't tried Twitch yet. So this is all very new to me for sure. And the other question I got here. Do you think you'd make videos about digital art in the future? I don't know. I've never really considered it because I don't, I'm not primarily a digital artist. Like whenever I work digitally, it's usually, just for the sketching or planning part of an illustration, and then I end up finishing the illustration in traditionally, whether it be like watercolors or gouache or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe, maybe, ugh, there we go. If people are really keen or intrigued, maybe I'll give it a shot. This is pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. Working on this gal. I feel like I should give her a shirt of some sort. I always forget about clothes. I also realize I don't have music going either. I'm not sure. Let me try to put some music on. I'm not sure if you guys will be able to hear it. This is my I realize you guys can see this, my screen here. This is the random music I'm listening to right now. I always put on this. There we go. I think that should do it. Can you guys hear the music? Yes, Kiss Anime. I've definitely used that before. I completely forgot about that when I should definitely look into that for watching other anime. Yay! I love it when you guys draw with me. Guys, I'm really surprised at how I've been able to manage to draw something that looks decent. I was totally this was totally impromptu. But thanks for joining. I'm glad that I've managed to figure out how to screen share. It's all very new to me. Tips on anatomy. Good question. Something that I think I myself need to do more of, that I used to do more of back in the day, but life drawing. Obviously, not everybody has access to life drawing in person. And obviously during these times, that's not an option at all. But there's lots of online kind of life drawing resources now that you can use. I think that's the best way of getting better and more well practiced with anatomy. I feel like so I know when I set this up, it had to be with Google Chrome. So I don't know if maybe the YouNow website is just better with Google Chrome and glitchy with other browsers. So that might be why it's being weird for you guys. Yes, yeah, there's lots of really cool life drawing websites, and you can time it so that it feels like a real life drawing class. Things that I've definitely been wanting to do but haven't gotten around to. Not anime, but what are your thoughts on Wes Anderson films, specifically the aesthetics? I freaking love Wes Anderson films. His style of filmmaking is gorgeous. I am obsessed with symmetry, and it sounds very Libra of me, but I I do appreciate really kind of realized and beautiful aesthetics, of course. I actually just recently watched Moonrise Kingdom for the first time. It was so endearing, so cute. But yeah, the Grand Budapest is great. I love his stop motion films as well, like The Isle of Dogs and Fantastic Mr. Fox. Fantastic Mr. Fox specifically is just so funny. Yes, Libras. Yeah, my icon actually, the icon avatar artwork that I use for all my social medias right now, I gave her a little hair clip that says Libra on it. Even though the drawing itself is not me, but a Libra personification, if you will. Okay, maybe we'll zoom. Nope. Maybe we're not going to zoom in. I'll just leave it like this. Aw, really? I hope that you're enjoying the Himi gouache. Oh my gosh. How do I use Photoshop? What is this doing that? I actually haven't used the Himi gouache since making my YouTube videos about them, which is kind of funny because people are constantly asking me, tips and advice about them. And I'm like, I'll get back to you because I feel like I need to use them more. Yeah, acrylics and gouache is, they're like similar, but not, they definitely have their differences for sure. But I will say I personally prefer gouache over acrylics. But I guess I prefer acrylic gouache over acrylics. I don't know. It's a weird thing. Yeah, I definitely, I would love to be able to try out more art supply brands, but I feel like I have so many, and like I was saying earlier, I haven't even used the jelly gouache more than twice at this point, and I've had them for months. And so at the moment, I'm trying not to buy more because it's hard to justify if I'm having a hard time using up or getting around to using the ones that I currently have. So, but one day I'll hopefully get around to some more. All right, I guess maybe we should throw in some color. Hello, hello. Okay, so I'm so very rusty on digital art. Let's find some brushes. Okay. Wet media brushes. I haven't used any of these in ages. I don't remember what any of it's like. What? This doesn't do anything. What is happening? Oh, I see what's happening. Oh my gosh. There we go. All right. Clearly, I'm a professional here, guys. Thank you. Yeah, I wish, oh my gosh, I wish I could have this long, luxurious hair. And also space buns. I find space buns to be one of the cutest freaking hairstyles, but because my hair is so straight, it's like really, really just, it's naturally very, very straight. It just wants to unravel whenever I try to put my hair into space buns. So I end up having to use like 1,000 bobby pins to keep it all together. Yeah, right. I remember I'd watch a bunch of different tutorials on how to do the space buns, and I think the girls that were doing the tutorials made it look so easy because their hair just had a natural texture to it, so it just stays in place better. Yeah, I'm very thankful that the Himi gouache was sent to me because prior to them being sent to me by the ArtX company, when I was looking at them on Amazon, it was kind of expensive to get because the Canadian dollar is much lower than the American dollar, and then also the shipping was kind of high. So yeah, very thankful for that. Okay, what hair color, guys? Lilac? I'm kind of digging this cute lilac color. Ooh, yeah. I kind of flip-flop between gouache and watercolor. I think it's hard to pick one or the other. Even today, I had made a story on Instagram asking my audience which medium I should use today, because I was even torn. I was like, I don't know. And it was pretty split down the middle between watercolor and gouache, so I don't know, it's tough. I go through phases. I feel like sometimes I'm more in the mood or more keen on one over the other, but right now I feel like I'm really split down the middle. Like I think literally 2 days ago when someone asked me which one I preferred, I said gouache. And then today I was using watercolors and I'm like, oh, this is so nice. So my classic Libra, I'm very, very indecisive, which is why I don't have tattoos, because I change my mind too much. What do you recommend for watercolor users in terms of brands? I guess it depends. If you're looking to get just like a set, and you're looking to get something a bit more affordable, I've been really enjoying the Paul Rubens watercolor pan set, but I have heard or seen other YouTubers or art YouTubers saying that they prefer the tube, so I haven't tried the tube, so I don't actually know if that's gonna be better or not. Maybe I'll change the liner color. That's an option. How do I do that? I don't remember. Let's see. I don't remember at the moment. I clearly use Photoshop all the time. Not really. Aw, thank you so much. I get inspiration from all over the place. I did make a YouTube video talking about art style, so definitely recommend checking that out if you haven't yet. I do intend to make a more comprehensive, kind of detailed video about my kind of art journey. I will be, I've been slowly compiling some old artwork over the years. It's been pretty fun to look back at. Lots of old anime fan art for sure. Oop, wrong layer. Though I guess it doesn't really matter what layers I'm using at this point. This is meant to be just for funsies. Sailor Moon. Yes, Sailor Moon was my first anime, yeah. Sailor Moon, Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, for sure. And then My Neighbor Totoro, Kiki's Delivery Service. Have I seen the new Broly movie? I have not. In this, social distancing era that we're in right now, I've been, kind of in the mindset of, oh, now I can finally check out all these movies and books and TV shows that everyone's been constantly recommending to me, because I have, no excuse to not check them out, and yet I just end up returning to old favorites. Hard to resist. I've been, yeah. I find I have a hard time getting the right skin color digitally. It always just feels so dull. Is anything even happening? Oh yeah, it is. Okay. All right, let's try out some other brushes here. What do we got? This is why I don't do digital art, guys. I never know where to begin for the coloring elements. Should I color or should I sketch something else? So lost. Ooh, this is nice. Okay, I can work with this. All right, all right. Oh, thank you. I love pastels for sure. I feel like that's usually my go-to if I'm unsure. Ooh, I like the idea of some moon-shaped earrings. Is there going to be a supermoon today? That's exciting. Oh, dang it. maybe I'll check the NASA website and check it out. Check out that supermoon. Oh, so it's super late. Clearly I'm up to date with I'm doing watercolor while listening to your live. Do you have any tips for watercolor skin tone? That's a tough one. It's tough because there's so many different skin tones. So it's hard to kind of just give like a blanket advice. This brush is weird. It's like, huh. But yeah, I mean, I think my biggest tip with watercolors in general is just to use very thin layers. That way you can slowly build up the colors and the values, because with watercolors you can't take away what you did, if that makes sense, because it's a transparent medium. Like you can use a wet brush and dab it with like a paper towel and stuff a little bit, but usually it doesn't fully erase the watercolors. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I also don't prefer, I'm not a big digital art person either. Like, for me personally. I love seeing other people's work, but not usually my thing, except for today. What's your favorite villain and superhero in the DC universe? I mean, the first one that comes to mind, which seems kind of cliche at this point, but the Joker, obviously, from Batman, is a very compelling villain. And superhero in the DC universe. I mean, I really like, because I don't read DC, or I don't read comics too much. So my DC knowledge is pretty much from the animated TV shows, and I adored Batman the animated series from the 90s, and I also really loved Teen Titans. Not Teen Titans Go, the original Teen Titans. So yeah, I don't know. Those characters from those shows are my favorite. What's happening? Okay, I see. These brushes are reacting to the colors that's underneath. Weird. Huh. Yeah, I think I've been wanting to revisit Teen Titans because it's been a very long time since I've seen it. But I remember really really enjoying it and being very, very sad when it kind of ended abruptly. Because if I remember correctly, it kind of ended on a cliffhanger. So yeah, I had found out that the reason why Teen Titans kind of got canceled so suddenly was that someone at the studio, I'm not really sure who made, who's part of this particular decision making, but someone had found out that the big demographic of the Teen Titans audience was female, or more than they expected, I guess I should say. And they thought that having a larger female audience meant that they wouldn't sell merchandise, and so that's why it got canceled, because they were just concerned about making money. And that made me really sad. I can't use the eyedropper because I'm holding the microphone with my left hand. Oh wait, I can manually Where is it? Here. This is really annoying. Right? That's what I was thinking too. I was just like, I feel like girls are just as likely or maybe even more to buy merchandise. Right? Yeah. So I don't know, whoever was part of that decision making was not good at their job. Thanks so much. I'm so happy that my work can encourage you guys to try out new mediums, because I think that's what's so exciting about being an artist, is that there's just so many options. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. How does one digital art? I don't know. I kind of went into this thinking, well, I mean, I went into this originally thinking I was going to, stream for 5 minutes, and my partner was going to tell me that, that the audio worked and stuff. And then I wasn't planning to do like a full stream today, because I didn't want to run into the weird technical difficulty thing like I did on Friday. But, and then all you guys came, and I feel like, well, I can't leave you guys hanging, so want to, work on this with you guys. But yeah, I mean, she's pretty cute, so maybe I will make do maybe a traditional version of her. Someone had mentioned moon earrings, so I do think that is a good idea. Yeah, again, for anyone watching on YouTube, hello. I apologize that if I'm not answering any questions or comments on there. I can only see my YouNow chat room here, so yeah, thank you for being here. If you are here, if anyone's watching on YouTube, no idea. All right, so do we want the moons? Oh wait, I should probably make this a darker color. What would I name her? Is there a lag? Oh, sorry guys. In the audio or in the visual? Guess I'll do the moon this way. I don't actually give my illustrations names very often, which is, I guess, kind of a bummer. I just sort of draw them and they're all nameless. Okay, that's good. I'm glad that not everybody's getting maybe it's just certain internet providers are getting a little bit of a lag. I mean, oh, you know what? That's so true. She kind of does look like human Luna from Sailor Moon. Wow, that's so funny. I totally did not intend for that, but that is totally what she looks like. If we made her hair darker, then she would definitely look like Luna from Sailor Moon. Huh. Let's dark, because Luna had dark purple hair. Kind of dig in this like grayish purple. Cute. When did I start getting into art? Around 12 and 13. That's when I had started watching Cardcaptor Sakura, and I was hooked to not only anime but also drawing anime. We're abandoning the pink, which hurts my soul to say, but I think I am digging more of a blue top here. Oh, what? What did I just do? Na, 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 na. Yeah, it's interesting how that happens, right? When you're the way that colors look so different when placed next to each other. There, I think I prefer that. There we go. Okay. I'll make her eyes maybe the same color as her shirt. Eyedropper. There you go. Totally. I think and that's actually one of the criteria for me when I watch animated films or animated shows or films is I'm always drawn to the art style. That's something that I find kind of important, because if I'm not into the art style of something, then it's pretty likely that I probably won't watch it, or it's more difficult for me to get into it. It's 9 p.m. for me. What about you guys? I know I always feel bad when people tell me that it's like 5 a.m. or whatever it is for them in their time zone. Okay. Not too bad. Okay, that's good. Texas, yeehaw. I've been to Austin, Texas. I had a blast when I went to visit. Yeah, I think what I'll do for my live stream, so I think I'm gonna do, I've already posted about it on my Instagram, but so for the month of April, my schedule for Instagram streams will be 1 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesdays, and then for maybe YouNow streams, I'll do it in the evening Eastern time on, I think Thursdays was what I was aiming for. That way I can try and hit two different kind of time slots. Austin is only fun when you visit, not when you live here. Oh, really? That's a bummer. I found everyone was so incredibly friendly when I went. But I mean, I guess, yeah, that's the maybe because they knew I was a tourist, and so I don't know. But I really liked Austin when I went. Was there for about a week during May. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to erase. Can I not use these? Bummer. Why is this not working? How's your life in quarantine? It's actually not bad. Like, obviously the state of the, like, globally, obviously it's very concerning, but for me personally, I've just been trying my best to not get too caught up or too consumed with the news. Of course, I'm trying to keep updated, but I've just been sort of getting into the trying to stay in the mindset of, doing what I can in terms of, social distancing, and only, acquiring the essentials and not hoarding things and things like that. But what was I using earlier? This one? No. This one? But yeah, so I've just been trying to be productive. I think it was this brush. Trying to stay productive with, doing these live streams with you guys, doing YouTube, making artwork. But I'm also trying not to put too much pressure on myself as well, because it's easy to kind of spiral into this this kind of mindset of feeling guilty if I'm slacking, quote unquote slacking off or whatever. So yeah, but overall I'm doing pretty good, all things considered. And yeah, how do I backspace? I don't remember. Control Z, that's the one. There we go. But yeah, so I've been doing these live streams. One to it's nice to hang out with you guys when I'm working on stuff, and then also I figured it's a nice way of helping keep morale up for those of you who are potentially going through a rougher time than I am. Texas is the proudest state. Where else can you find gift bags and pasta with all the state on it? I love that. That's really funny. Why don't you do digital art more? It looks so cool. Aw, thank you. I don't know. I just find I find with digital art, I kind of get bored of it much faster. There's something just so satisfying about using real paints and mixing the colors and watching it dry, and I don't know. There's just so much life to it. For me, again, like totally not knocking digital artists whatsoever. I am really having fun doing this actually. But that's just me. That's kind of my thing. And yeah, I feel like with digital art, you can just keep working on it for ages. And it just never feels done. Whereas I feel as though with traditional art, I find I'm able to kind of put it down. I find I'm able to distinguish a point where I'm like, okay, the paper or whatever it is I'm working on, or the layers, it just can't take any more. So I'm almost like forced to finish. Does that make sense? I don't know. I used to do more digital artwork when I was in high school. But yeah, I don't know. And then I went to school for graphic design, and it was all digital. And then I guess maybe I just really missed using traditional media, and that's why we're here doing this. Yeah, my name's Tina. It's on all my profiles, I feel like. Thank you. What's your favorite brand of watercolor and gouache? With watercolors, I really like the Daniel Smith watercolors. I only have a handful of tubes because they're pretty expensive, but they're really, really nice. And for gouache, I really like the Holbein acrylic gouache. That's my favorite to use. I don't really know what else to do with this. I'm just sort of noodling around. I guess maybe I'll start shading her hair a little bit. I'm just gonna step away for like 1 second. I'm gonna go grab my glass of water that's behind me. Any advice for a current high schooler? Advice as in how to endure high school or like art wise? Yes, I'm still holding my microphone. My arm is losing blood. Oh, you know what? Maybe. How does this sound? How does this sound, guys? I'm literally stuffing the microphone into my shirt. Does that work? Oh, wow. Has it been almost an hour? Wow. Okay, perfect. I'm now propping up this microphone in my shirt. Perfect. Now the blood can go back to my arm. Advice. Okay, so with high school, everyone's high school experience is a little bit different, but I will say, personally, high school was not a time in my life that I really particularly enjoyed. So if you're in the position of not enjoying your high school years, let me say that there is so much more beyond waiting for you. I remembered a common phrase that people like to say is high school is going to be the best years of your lives, and I remember just thinking, oh my god, I hope not. And yeah, that was totally wrong, totally false. If anything, I had way more fun in college. So yeah. So hang in there. That's my advice. Hang in there. But yeah, what kept me going in high school was literally making art, watching anime, making friends online. Yeah, most artists don't have great high schools. I honestly, maybe because we didn't have the social elements of high school, and so we just spent all of our time making art instead. Because that's literally what I did. I remembered in my, I think it was final year of high school, there ended up being this humongous food fight in the food court, and I didn't have to endure that because I spent my lunch in the art classroom. So that was like kind of a fun coincidence. I will say, yes, my art teachers actually were fantastic. So I will give my high school years that for sure. I took visual arts all 4 years of high school, and I alternated between 2 different teachers, which was kind of nice. So they kind of got to see my progress throughout the years. And it was nice to get the 2 different dynamics, because one of my art teachers was very technical driven, and had a very specific kind of way of looking and going about art. I remembered in class she specifically said that we weren't allowed to talk because it would interrupt, the one side of our brain that's like the artistic side. And then my other art teacher that I had in high school, she was much more kind of, she liked, it to be more loose, more casual. So got to see both sides of that, which was cool. And yeah, when I was in high school, I also pretty much took any kind of course that had any kind of creativity related to it. So I took photography, I took fashion, I took cosmetology, because I was not into science. I didn't do music. Actually, yeah, I guess music is still technically a creative thing, and that was the one thing I didn't do. But yeah, did a little bit of everything. It's officially been an hour. Wow. Okay, I think maybe I'll try and get this to look sort of finished. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. This was like totally unplanned. I was just kind of coming on here to do a test run, and then serendipitously a bunch of you guys came to hang out with me. So how could I peace out? Did you ever have to choose an endorsement for school? I don't know. I don't know what that means. Number one on hashtag test trend. Yeah, that sounds about right. What do you guys think about this app, by the way? It's my first time using it. First time actually using it. Okay, let's do... dismiss that. Oh, sorry for my notification sounds over here. Endorsement is when your school forces you into a career path and then you have to stick with it for the rest of your high school years, and it's been the bane of my existence. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. No, I didn't have to do anything like that. And I'm very glad I didn't, because that's kind of crazy. I feel like it's so hard to determine something like that so early on in your teen years. Oh, sorry guys. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry about the YouTube chats. I'm not able to see the YouTube chats. I'll have to set up. Again, this is like a test run, so next time I'll definitely have my probably another device ready with the YouTube stream open so that I can look at both chats. So I do apologize about that. Yeah, this is obviously very new for me, so for sure way more people will show up for my Instagram live streams. But yeah, I guess I'll just keep doing both. Obviously I have, you know, a decent amount of time on my hands, so maybe I'll just continue to have one stream here on YouNow, and then I'll have another stream, a stream going on another day for Instagram. That way, everybody wins. And it's kind of fun. Sorry, I just burped. Diving into digital. It's been a while. Oh, thanks guys. Thanks for joining. I know it can be kind of annoying, like signing up for new things, new apps, new websites and stuff. So I really appreciate you guys coming over here, hanging out with me. It'd be depressing if no one was in the chat room. The palette you're using on Luna is similar to the one you used with your first impressions video on the Himi gouache. Oh yeah, it totally is. Yeah, I do really love kind of muted grays, purples, lavenders. It's a really calming, satisfying color palette, I think. These yellow earrings are a bit, not a little bit too, let's see, what color do we want them to be? Yeah, I think I like that a little better. Aw, thank you so much for getting the app and downloading YouNow, guys. I'm really very flattered and very appreciative of you guys hanging out with me here. Drawing a background. Oh yeah, true. Yeah, I could do a background. Let's see. That'll make it look more finished. Yes, let's throw in something. Yeah, of course. I'm happy to answer questions. Sorry, I might not get to every single one. What do you think about Procreate? Procreate's great. I use it on my iPad all the time. That's usually what I use to. What was this? Yeah, Procreate's typically the program that I use when I digitally for. When I'm planning out my traditional pieces, so. But yeah, I really like Procreate. This driving me crazy. I mean, I could just switch brushes. Why am I struggling with this? Go away. There we go. No, I don't want this happening. Clearly very familiar with these brushes. I've used them all the time. Okay. But this feels a bit harsh. I don't know, guys. I'm so indecisive. But I guess that's the beauty of digital art, is that if you don't like it, then you can over it with something else. I guess I could have just used like the circle tool. I'm so used to traditional work, I'm always used to manually doing things by hand. Yeah, I feel like digital art, it's like there's like too many options sometimes. Oh yeah, it does fit the moon theme. Very true. I didn't even really think about that. I was just like, yeah, sure, a circle. That's easy. And because I'm being stubborn, I'm not going to use the circle tool, and I'm just going to... There we go. Sure. Can you rate all the zodiac signs? Honestly, I find like horoscopes and zodiac stuff like really fun and interesting, but I'm not as familiar with a good chunk of them. I'm mostly familiar with the ones that pertain to me, which is like so narcissistic. Oh my gosh, I just had a sip of water and dribbled all over my microphone. Very professional here, guys. All right. Let's, yeah, I guess I will. Someone had mentioned putting little stars and stuff in her hair, which I like. I like that idea also, so I guess I'm gonna do that too. What's the shortcut for the eyedropper? I'm learning. Do I want those or this? Oh my gosh. All right, we're zooming in. We're zooming in. Nope. There we go. Oh my gosh. Can you guys tell I'm not a digital artist? Yeesh. Feel so inept. Yeah, layers is a funny thing because I think a lot of artists, I feel like it goes one or two ways. There's artists who have like 1,000 layers, or artists who end up just merging all the layers and then painting it in one layer. I often don't really know what's the best way of going about it because I don't work digitally very often, but having layers is definitely helpful with choosing colors. Advice for art block. My thing when I'm having a hard time getting back into the groove of making artwork, or I'm just like not inspired at the moment, usually I'll do like a photo study from like a photo I found on Pinterest or Instagram or something, or today actually what I ended up doing was like a screen cap redraw. So I did, if you guys are familiar with my YouTube channel, I've done one for Cardcaptor Sakura and I've done one for Kiki, and then on Instagram I did one of Sailor Moon, and basically it's just this kind of like fun challenge that people are doing where they take a screen capture or screenshot from an animated show or movie, and then they recreate it in their own way. And so I did that today, which was fun because it kind of takes away the brain power needed to come up with a concept. And so yeah, so today I'm not finished it, but I was working on Howl from Howl's Moving Castle. Very excited to finish that and show you guys. What do I search in Pinterest? I feel like my Pinterest now, because I've been using it for a little while, the homepage is sort of already curated for me right off the bat, but I guess just kind of go in really basic at first. So if you're in the mood to do a portrait, I don't know, I think if you type in, female portrait or something will pop up, and then it just sort of spirals from there. All right, this is the part where you start trying to clean up the sketch, and then the sketch is like ugly. All right, let's try and what's the eyedropper again? This one. Here we go. Ooh, yeah, that's good advice to use or to watch art YouTube channels when you're in an art block. That is a great piece of advice, I think, because that also gets me inspired as well. I agree. I usually watch you when I'm having art block. Aw, that's really sweet. I'm so glad that I can help out. Oh, I can use the Alt key for this too. Huh. Learning something new, guys. But yeah, I definitely think, if you're kind of, in an art block, I think doing things or consuming things that inspire you is definitely a good thing to do as well. That's something that I do if I'm feeling uninspired and not particularly in the mood to draw. I'll watch, animated films that inspire me, or just movies in general that inspire me. It doesn't have to be animated, but I do find, I think, I get more inspiration from animated films, but especially, stylish films like stuff directed by Wes Anderson that we were talking about earlier definitely can be a source of inspiration as well. His movies are shot so beautifully. Yeah, I still haven't really dove into TikTok at all yet. The only TikToks I've seen is when they're reposted on Instagram and they like pop up in my Explore page. What? Oh yeah, there we go. You're basically the reason I started a channel, or Instagram and Facebook page. Aw, that's amazing. Good for you. Honestly, it takes a lot of courage and work and dedication to put your artwork out there on the internet, whether it be on YouTube or Instagram. So that's half the battle already won. This is so funny, guys. I totally wasn't expecting to actually have a live stream today. But I'm not mad. This has been really fun. It is hard to juggle. I definitely agree that it's hard to juggle all the different social medias and stuff. When I was first doing my YouTube channel, I didn't have a schedule because I didn't know how much content I was going to be able to make. But now I've been able to aim to have, my goal is to have a video out every Friday. So hopefully I can continue to keep that up. Yeah, my mom is not super thrilled about me choosing to go into having an art career, but sometimes you just gotta be your own cheerleader. That's kind of how I've been my whole life. Finished a whole drawing in your sketchbook. That's awesome! Yay! I really want to get more stuff done in my sketchbooks as well, because I want to be able to do like a sketchbook tour for you guys. Why is it doing that? I just want to make a highlight. Why? Why? There we go. Okay. There we go. I always love putting the little cute highlight on the nose. Yeah, I definitely plan to do some more live streams on here. I would hate to have gotten you guys to download this and make an account here and not do more. So I think I'll definitely post about it on Instagram and YouTube, but I'm aiming to, I think my schedule for my YouNow streams will probably be, I'll probably aim for, 8 p.m. Every Thursday. Unless Saturdays are better for you guys. But that's kind of the aim here. Yeah, that's so funny. I also did graphic design, which was, I did that because, it just seemed like the practical choice. I don't do a ton of graphic design stuff anymore. Every blue moon, I'll end up doing a little bit. So I don't regret going to school for graphic design. Sometimes I do wonder what my art would look like if I had chosen to go with illustration for school, but yeah, the stuff that I learned when I went to school for graphic design definitely has helped me a lot, with branding myself, being sufficient or efficient. Efficient is the word I'm looking for. Efficient with different, softwares and computer. I say softwares, but really mostly just Photoshop and InDesign. And we did learn Illustrator, but I freaking hate Illustrator. Love adding these little hairs. I will say that's a really nice thing about digital art is being able to zoom right in. That's nice. Her eyes are gigantic. Yeah, it's tough. I totally understand where parents are coming from, because they want you to succeed, but it is tough when. Oh, look at doesn't it look so gross without the line art? Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough thing. My mom thankfully never forced me to do anything, but she definitely continues to this day to question whether or not I'm going to quote unquote get a real job. Oh, that's really interesting that you took fashion first, thinking, huh. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense, yeah. You wouldn't know what to do in quarantine without my live streams. Aw, really? I'm so glad that they're helping you out. That's a big part of the reason why I've been wanting to do so many of them, because I know that a lot of people are, stuck with the same two people or whatever in their homes, and I'm glad that this can help make your day a little more interesting. And I love that you guys are interacting with each other as well, because it's like we're kind of building like a little friend group here. Yeah, definitely going into the creative field. Unfortunately, a lot of people still don't take it very seriously, which is why, art theft happens and, artists getting underpaid and things like that, but you gotta persevere. Huh, look at that, guys. I made something. I can't believe it. I was not I had no plans with the stream, but thank you guys so much for hanging out. I think I am going to call it a day for now. I definitely will be doing more streams on here, and I will actually make an announcement and let you guys know in advance on my Instagram and YouTube so that you guys know when it's going to happen. And I'm still going to continue to do my Instagram live streams as well. So that way, if one time slot or one app works out better for you guys, then I'll have that option for you. So yeah, thank you so much for hanging out. I guess, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Have a good night or day wherever you're at.